What's up, everybody? Welcome to Unscripted Access, episode number 129. You're here with your host, Nick McCandless. On this week's show, we have Anthony Ta,
Good evening.
Bremen Milan, Bruno
Okay.
Bremen Milan,
He's not here.
Bronson Fiore,
Hi, I'm here.
and Ray Johannesson,
Hello, everyone. What would it be without the intern?
intern 001.
Yep.
All right, how's everyone's week been?
Testing.
There's Bremen. Let's redo it again. Bremen Milan.
What up?
It only took 3 times. Yes. All right. So how's everyone's week been?
Been alright.
A lot of work.
Ray and I have been streaming Last of Us. That's been going good. We've had many a talk about Ray's weird diet and food.
Yes.
We've
We've broken people. We've confused people.
Yeah, what was the one where you told me, where I was just like, what?
Is that nachos?
No,
pudding, Jello, cake.
I think it was ribs.
Ribs.
Yeah,
that's
the
right.
fact that you never had ribs.
Oh my god, dude. This past weekend, I was over at my girlfriend's, and her dad makes these amazing ribs. I swear I ate all, because they were the beef ribs. I swear I ate a whole damn cow. I ate so much, a food coma exists. The point where you eat so much where all you want to do is just lay down and pass out because you eat so much. I gave myself a hardcore food coma. I swear I ate a whole cow. I just kept going in on those ribs, and I was full as hell, but they tasted so good I didn't care. And yeah, I was full for almost the rest of the next day too. I ate a lot, but ribs are the shit. Love ribs.
I remember when we were at E3 at Outback, I had a full-on rack, and oh my god, so good. Yeah, you need to get ribs.
I want ribs. I just can't afford ribs.
Yeah, I know.
I've had nothing to cook them on either.
You can cook ribs in an oven.
That doesn't seem as good though as barbecue.
Oh, you can make good ass oven baked ribs. You make real good.
I know this
ribs.
because I've had it before. They just taste different.
Yeah,
you use a different sauce to try and make up for it, I think.
Yeah, and seasoning and marinade and shit.
If you have the right sauce, you can bake it in an oven. I mean, yeah, it's probably not going to be as soft and tender, but it's still pretty tender.
Yeah, ideally you want a barbecue, but if you can't barbecue because it's winter or you don't have access to a big enough barbecue, then that is an option. So,
or they have the ribs you can throw in the microwave. Not saying they're good, but
that's
here's the thing: food that I take out of freezer and microwave are never as good as in an oven, and it's always nastier too.
Yeah, fucking
microwave nuggets instead of baking nuggets. Ugh.
Yeah, TV. I always bake TVNers. I never microwave TVNers. Same thing. What animal does that? That's why
I have a toaster oven. Toaster ovens are the greatest things ever.
Oh yeah, we got one here. We got one on top of the fridge. And it's,
toaster ovens are amazing.
We'll pull we've cooked half a turkey in a toaster oven. It's great. It's awesome.
My toaster oven can even bake. I could technically bake a cake in my toaster oven. It's got a bake feature. I've never tried that.
Same with ours. I like baking.
What the hell,
Baking
man? These things are amazing.
Yeah, no, you'd be surprised what you can do with limited options. Like a hot plate, you'd be surprised how much good shit you can make with a hot plate. So
you can do a lot with a hot plate.
Yeah. Anyway.
Cool. So let's talk some video game news. So E3's right around the corner. I know we're all excited for that. It's gonna be a blast.
Can't wait to go. Can't wait to stay up all night. It'll be awesome.
So we could have those late night talks. We could talk all night.
Yeah, we could. Yeah, just
could share our feelings.
Gonna
all the bonds.
Turn the air conditioner on full blast.
Hey guys, it's 2:30 morning. Time for E3 therapy session. Fuck LA traffic. It's okay, Anthony. It's okay, Anthony. You can breathe. It's okay to let it out. Yep. Because we all get really tired.
Yeah, when we get the hotel, I'm probably gonna request we get the first or second floor. That way we don't have to worry about anyone getting so stress out. No one throws themselves over the balcony or something. That would not be good. That would be very.
I mean, it'd
bad.
be nice if it was next to a pool, though. I would totally jump that.
Yeah,
depending on how high it is. If you come from high enough of a distance, hitting water is like hitting concrete. If you're high enough.
Yeah, like that's why.
Looking at some of those
to break the water.
Looking at some of the pictures of some of the hotels we considered, I'm not worried about the height.
Yeah, none of them
what
are
I am
like
worried about is the depth of the pool. If it's only 3 feet, you're gonna crush your legs or smash your skulls, depending how you.
Not if you do like the belly flop, like that dude in what's that? Believe it or not.
Oh my yeah. Take a belly flop from enough floors, and you'll freaking pound your chest into your heart.
Broken ribs, anybody?
Yeah, because that would not be good. It's like, hello guys, we are now in the Los Angeles hospital. I am interviewing Dr. Wang here because we are not.
You gotta be Asian too, huh?
Because it was the first name that came to my mind.
Please, sir.
We are not at E3.
Please,
sir.
Excuse me, sir. Excuse me, sir. Is the display of your heartbeat monitor powered by DirectX 12? you're gonna ask that, right? And the doctor would just be completely.
How many frames per second does your heartbeat monitor operate at?
It's a continuous monitor, sir. So infinite frame rate, then.
Well, alright, so let's hope that does not happen. But Nintendo has unveiled their plans for E3. Like, we already have a good idea what Microsoft and Sony are going to do. They're going to do the same thing every year. They're going to have their press conference. They're going to announce a bunch of stuff. And then they're going to have it all on the show floor. Nintendo, well, we knew they were going to have a digital event. That's what they did last year.
Nintendo Direct.
Yeah, Nintendo Direct. So they're having that June 16th at 12 p.m. Pacific, 9 a.m. Pacific. They're also going to have the Nintendo World Championships back after 25 years.
Wow.
So going back to 1990. Wow. So essentially in various Best Buy locations, you're going to be able to compete in like these little tournaments. And if you progress far enough, you'll be able to go to LA Live, which is right next to the Convention Center. And they're going to have on June 14th, they're at the Nokia Live, they're going to have these Nintendo Championships, and if you're there for E3, you can go. That's actually the day you guys come in, so we'll have to talk about maybe if you guys come in early enough, maybe we can go to that. I don't know.
Yeah, like last year they had that Smash thing, but it was the day of, so like you
couldn't
really go to it.
I'll have to check what time it is. Obviously, if it's early in the morning, that won't happen because also you guys have to drive. Was it like 6 or 7 hours? Something like that.
And like they also have that Zelda concert, but most of us can't afford that, so that's
Zelda concert.
Yeah, that Symphony of the Goddess.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, they're gonna have Nintendo Treehouse live at E3.
That's where they demo all those games. Like for a Nintendo fan, it's like more for a Nintendo fan at E3, it's almost better not to go in some cases.
And miss all the hot ladies that they have over there?
Yeah,
that is true. They get some fine ladies working that booth. I will give them that.
They do, but it's so creepy that they're like chained to the demos.
They're chained.
Yeah, they're chained.
Nintendo's not like, let's find a bunch of like video game girls. No, what they do is they go to these modeling agencies and they're like, we need like 25, 30 girls. They're like, okay, we'll take care of that.
Yeah, like it's so weird though that they like have these DSs chained and they're coming up to like everybody like, you want to play Smash? You want to play Smash?
So it's basically
on a security viewpoint, on a security point, if you're gonna have like 3DSs just going around, you can't have someone just running out with a prototype of like.
Well, for all we know, too, man. For all we know, it's chained to them for a reason. Like they could try to run it, probably blows up or something.
They could just take the girl with the system.
It's like, no, I don't want to play the game, but I want to play something else. No, I'm just joking.
I remember.
I just went there.
I remember that during.
Can I use that touchpad?
Oh my god!
Damn it!
Bremen would too.
Oh
somebody
my God.
keep an eye on him and make sure he doesn't go anywhere near the Nintendo booth, which is supposedly so kid-friendly.
Yeah,
all of a sudden we're like, okay, where'd Bremen go? We always see the back of his head as he walks towards the Nintendo booth. We're like, oh shit.
Just make the intern the Bremen watcher for the day. Where is he now? He's just standing there, watching.
Watching very closely.
I know. He's really interested in this demo.
He's memorized. He's hypnotized.
Yeah, he knows. He's making a strategy guide in his head right now, I think.
I know.
I'm planning a female heist.
Oh my god.
Oh god.
You're gonna need a really big limo for that.
I had one a few years back.
Just want to point that out.
I had one a few years back.
I did go. Hey man, if I had the limo I had at E3, my first E3, you have it hooked up, man. You could fit a good 10 of them in there.
So we need a heist room now, right? Right.
Yeah. Okay.
Just show up in suits so we look credible enough to escort them out.
Incredible. We look like you belong.
Yes. Because if you wear a suit, you're instantly more credible, correct?
Yeah, exactly.
Bremen can go up to him and say he's Itagaki. Like, who's Itagaki? He'll say, like, I'm pretty much why Nintendo's successful. Like, oh, you want to go for dinner?
I would totally do that.
Okay,
you know the difference.
And then,
somebody keep an eye on Bremen.
I need real models for Dead or Alive. Could you come with me here?
Yeah, well, Microsoft is trying to be, we are for gaming enthusiasts, and Sony is like, we are one of the common men. Nintendo's just, I have no idea. Here's Nintendo Direct. Here's Reggie and Iwata. Here's a bunch of girls trying to show you the next Zelda game.
No, it's just so, like...
I don't know what's going on.
It's so awkward and weird, in my opinion, that, like... I get it. Like, they have to have someone to do those 3DS, but they also have, like, 3DS kiosks that aren't chained to women. And, like, they could just do more of those and make it less weird. And then there's just so many things with that are just like, what the fuck?
I mean, like, I'm pretty sure Nintendo's logic is, well, one, it's probably a rare game that they don't have a kiosk for. Two, the lady can explain to you the game as you play it. But...
Plus, let's be honest, a lot of people going here probably have a hard time turning down an attractive lady. So they'll just be like, sure, I'll play this game. I don't give
sure,
about.
They really do have a hard time.
Oh my god, Bremen.
Somebody make sure that we have a timeout corner for Bremen.
We should have a leash on Bremen.
Yes.
Put him.
Yeah, you guys
or
can
just
throw
make,
him in
or
group.
just make
just
sure
give him a shock collar.
Yeah, or just make sure that he's never like just put a restraining order around the Nintendo booth. Just do that.
You guys can have Bremen.
He could go ahead and, like look at ladies in like the Sony booth, but as far as Nintendo, probably need a restraining order.
We're not gonna let Bremen creep on the girls at either booth. That would be bad.
That'd be very bad.
Like, I remember at E3 last year, like, you go to E3, you'll find a lot of attractive women because either they're hosts for networks or a lot of PR women are attractive, or there's various models and stuff like that. But there's this one girl, I know Anthony was just like, shut up. But I won't say what company it was with, but we had a meeting with a company to check out a game. And there was just one girl, and I was like, oh my, like, because it's just like, she was so perfect. I was just telling Anthony, like, oh my god, look at her, dude. Anthony's probably,
yeah, I remember.
Yeah, Anthony's probably just like, shut up. And usually I'm not like that. When I'm like in my professional mood, freaking Jessica Alba walked by me, I'd be like, oh, there's Jessica Alba. But this girl just freaking took my attention completely off, and I was like, oh my god. I was like, wow.
I am surprised you even said hi to her and spoke normally.
Yeah, well, I don't.
Right?
I don't get shy per se. I wasn't shy, but I was just like, man, I was like, okay, yeah, I definitely need to remember that this is a professional environment before I ask her out or something. I have a girlfriend, so that would be kind of messed up.
Yeah, that would be
bad.
That would not be good.
Yeah, like these are literally the thoughts running through my mind, and I'm just like, oh my god. This doesn't happen to me. This doesn't happen to me. Like, oh my god, what is up with this?
Yeah, I'm just standing there, just like, Nick, just keep quiet.
Yeah, I was like, man. I was like, props to her. So, They are definitely one of the companies that are on my priority list to meet with them again. I'm just joking. I am just joking. I'm just joking.
Well, you know
Part
what
of you is joking,
you know,
the other half is not.
You know what they all say: sex sells. And sorry,
well, no,
that's what Tagaki says.
Here's the thing, though. Like this wasn't like some like perfect Victoria's Secret model. This was like your professional woman. Like that's the thing that really got me. Like any Victoria's Secret model or whoever could walk by me and I'd be like, okay, yeah, there goes a model. But it's like when you see that like that person in a professional environment and you could just tell she was super classy, very attractive. Yeah, it's just like that's what got me. It wasn't just the looks; it was just the whole
You're like,
package.
oh damn! In the suit, you just want to rip it off.
God damn it!
Let's continue with the news.
Gonna have a really
this is drifting very, very far.
No, we're gonna have a very fun conversation.
Nick is gonna have a very fun conversation with his girlfriend tomorrow.
Yeah. And it's bad.
I drifted way too far. So,
hey, at the end of the day, we're just a bunch of. We all just kind of have primal emotions, okay?
We got them primal instincts.
Yeah, I was just like, I saw her, and I swear I was like in another world for like a good minute. I was like, oh my god.
I hadn't kidnapped you.
No, like I am not like. Here's the thing. I'm pretty sure that one day Bronson is. It's probably gonna take Bronson 15 years or more, but if he tried hard enough, he probably could find a girl that I'm just like, hi. But nope.
But yeah, like it was just the thing. Like I said, especially where I live. I mean, I see gorgeous women all the time. It's like not a big deal. But it was just the situation. It was just like bam. It was like, whatever. But moving along. I gotta get off this.
See,
topic.
now I'm just trying to picture Nick like that in my head and on camera. And I'm just, and I'm having the hardest. That would have been
a problem.
Yeah, I have a hard time just imagining Nick just going, oh. Like, I have a hard time imagining that in my head.
Yeah, like, that doesn't compute.
I have not had many moments like that in my life. I can literally count on one hand how many moments I've had like that, okay? So that kind of tells you, like, this was a very, very, very rare situation. And that's why I was just like, oh my god, like, my thoughts are going somewhere where they shouldn't be. I'm going to stay right here and focus. But
so you like the women that's in charge, huh? Kind of that's in the suit and all that.
Okay,
oh my god! Damn it,
moving along. I let this show drift, but we are going way too far.
I was about to like add into this as far as like attractive women we got to see at E3 in our group, and it was like Lisa Foyles caught Bremen and I on camera dancing for GameSpot TV. So that was fun.
That was fun.
God, man.
Oh, shut up, Bronson. You had that favorite girl out there, too.
In person. I've seen Olivia Munn in person. Like, yes, they're very attractive women, but they did not have the, like, freaking pull like that woman did. But anyways, we are moving on. So the last thing Nintendo has announced regarding E3 is that Mario Maker will be playable at over 120 Best Buy locations June 17th, 4 to 9 p.m., and June 20th, 12 to 5 p.m.
I think that game is going to be huge. Like,
absolutely.
Yeah.
Like, creating your own Mario levels, like, if that came out...
It's Little Big Planet, but Mario.
Yeah.
That's basically it.
So, yeah, I mean, that's going to be a freaking
big Mario?
Yeah, it's like Bronson said, for Nintendo fans, like, the better E3 experience is away from LA. Which, I mean, to be honest, it kind of makes sense. Just because of the fact that when Nintendo announced on Nintendo Direct, everyone can watch it without any problems. Like, the other press conference, yeah, they can do it on the internet as well. But, I mean, yes, there's definitely the press wants to cover it. But majority of your audience for Nintendo, majority are younger, so they're not going to E3, and even they're like the family type, like they're not like hardcore gamers like your Sony and Microsoft gamers are. So it makes more sense. I bet Nintendo saves a shit ton of money too.
I mean, like,
Here's
the
the thing,
Nintendo
why-
booth has... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, they're gonna make a lot of money because here's one way of looking at it. Why just buy a Mario game clone when you can have, like, a Little Big Planet version of Mario?
It's gonna be huge.
There you go. Sorry, a Mario version of Little Big Planet. Sorry, I got that backwards. Yeah, and it's just like, oh, why just like buy some fake platformers? You have a Mario game right here. It's just user created levels, and imagine the top user created levels. Imagine a Mario level that kind of feels like a Zelda game, if it's even possible to do a 2D level.
I'm telling you right now that Sturgeon's Law is gonna beat the shit out of that game, though. You guys are. Am I the okay? So does anyone here know what Sturgeon's Law?
90% of everything is crap.
Thank you, Anthony. Yeah, that game is gonna get hella hard by that, no doubt.
Well, to be honest,
There's gonna be a lot of penises.
Um,
A lot of penises, a lot of Little Big penis levels.
To be honest,
that-
Nintendo,
yeah, a little bit.
Here's,
I
here's the
think
thing:
everyone
Nintendo did a
made,
pretty good job filtering it out of Miiverse, so maybe they could do a good job doing this too.
I'm just saying that they're not going to be very good levels. I didn't say anything about them being of.
I know, but referring to Nick's point of a lot of
Nick's point of all the
things.
dick levels.
Yeah, I'm just like, well, Nintendo.
People will find a way. As soon as they
This
get
is
pulled
true,
down,
though.
there'll be
People
another
get
one
If
going
you
up.
can make a dick on the internet, people will find a way. It's Jurassic Park of the internet.
It's Jurassic
The way
Park.
I just look at it is like, if you're just gonna like draw a dick level, I'm just not impressed at all, because I'm like, so what makes your dick level better than everyone else's
Penny Arcade
attempts
did
to
a
make a
comic
dick?
about that. Penny Arcade did an exact comment about that. It's just like
I'm just like,
Little
if
Big
you
Planet-
everyone is trying to do a dick joke, so what makes your dick joke funny? Because it's not funny because everyone else is trying to do it too. It's just like, that's just my opinion.
called
I
having
don't
too
find
much
it
time on
funny.
your
I'm
hands
just
and not
like,
knowing
yeah,
what to
nice
do.
try, pal.
yeah. I mean, it's really difficult to create a level in one of those games. Like I have created some good
It takes a
Little Big
lot
Planet
of
levels.
time.
Like it took me a while to build a Little Big Planet level I was proud of. That said, when I was proud of it, it was awesome.
Yeah, like you look at some of like the top Little Big Planet levels, and you're just like, how much time
like,
did this
that-
person
Somebody
take to build
remade
this?
Final Fantasy VII at Little Big Planet, I think. That was one of the craziest projects out there.
Someone made a working calculator and a working piano. That was fucking crazy.
I mean,
This is
like, when you give that
nuts.
much creativity, it's crazy. Like, I'm not joking. When I was in college, in Minecraft, this guy actually made functional computer memory. Granted, it was very primitive computer memory that was absolutely colossal, but he literally made functional computer memory, and it was just one of those geeky things that was just like, holy crap. The creativity that people have, and then you look at the modding community. Yes, somebody literally sat down and recreated Ice Crown Citadel for Skyrim. And crashed
so
the
hype.
Normandy outside of Whiterun. Which,
And it's just like,
okay.
I don't get it. It's like, yeah, Steam tried like the whole like charging for mods, but it's just like, who has the time to like do that when they're not getting paid for it? It's just like,
That's
For
actually
some reason, people just love doing it. They just
like
love
maybe
the
I
recognition.
don't know. Maybe they were supported by donations, and maybe they just got like a shit ton of donations coming through.
Well, I mean, like,
That could be it.
Nick, you gotta think, like, we do this unpaid for the most part. And, like, you think about how much time we spend on this. Like, imagine if you were to spend that time, like, on a Little Big Planet level. Like,
I
that's...
mean, you think about it.
This is what people just love to do it, you know?
You know, it's like, you think
I like-
about
like-
it. You want to get here's one good way of looking at it. You have a passion for modeling
Hentai.
or
I mean, if that's sure, we can go Bremen's route. Go ahead.
you have a passion for
I want Bremen to continue down what he was saying. No, Bremen, finish it.
Oh, no.
Yeah,
Finish
yeah. No, I'm gonna make him sit in his own puddle.
Wow, Bronson.
Okay. But
Yeah.
if you're like into modeling or game design or game level design and you have a huge passion for it and you don't have a job in that industry, modding is actually kind of a good way to start. I actually have
that is true.
I have seen job postings where they're looking for graphics artists or game designers, and they're like, okay, show us a game level you designed. So it's like the modding community kind of gets that kind of perk. Not to mention,
that is a good way to get a job. That's right. Yeah,
show that you actually do it as a hobby, because if it's like people tell me one of the things employers love is when you do something as a hobby unpaid, because it shows that you care and you actually have commitment to it. It's also kind of embarrassing.
It's just like for my paying job. If we were looking for, let's say, like a developer, for example, and this guy came to me, he's like, "Look, I built this app in my free time, and I checked it out, and it was just freaking this amazing app." Then I would be like, "Yeah, you're hired." Like versus, "Yeah, I've built apps for this company." Like, no, if you've like sat down and done this in your free time without anyone paying you, like that shows a lot about that person.
Also, another way of looking at it is that in the case of Skyrim, it's also really embarrassing when a bunch of unpaid hobbyists make a better game than your highly paid programming and design team.
You know what's even sadder about that is the Skyrim guys, you know, the best tier, they're freaking on it. They're okay with it.
Well, yeah, what I saw, I haven't checked it out, but I was reading that there's some like new Skyrim mod that makes Skyrim look like just as good as The Witcher, and I'm like, what the hell? Like, these people are freaking nuts with what they're doing. Freaking nuts.
They're like, there are so many crazy people out there doing so much interesting stuff.
There's a lot of mods starting to come out for Grand Theft Auto 5, and I'm like, shit, I need to get on the ball.
Yeah, there are some for GTA 5 has some fucking insane.
And GTA 5's what? It's only been out for like a month on PC.
Yeah. No, imagine what they're gonna do when they actually have like gotten into it.
Yeah, that's gonna be nuts.
Like when I finally buy the PC version of that game, like all the shit, like everything's gonna be on there.
Yeah, I can't freaking wait. That's gonna be amazing. So yeah, E3's gonna be a blast. I know that the week before E3. We'll be doing our big E3 show where you just make it's going to be predictions. Obviously, we're going to have announcements coming out leading up to E3. That's just how it is every single year. These companies really have to figure out, hey, this is a game we need to announce now because we can't fit it into the show. So, that leads into the next news story. The next Assassin's Creed was announced. Assassin's Creed Syndicate set in London.
Yeah, I saw the trailer for that one, or the gameplay. It looks alright. I mean, it's Assassin's Creed, though.
Yeah, it's coming out on PlayStation 4, PC, and the Xbox One. No surprise there. It takes place in the year 1868. What happened?
So I'm guessing Jack the Ripper?
Jack the Ripper?
1868? Am I close?
Dude,
yeah.
Wow, you'll play as Jack the Ripper in that one?
No, I'm guessing that's like around that same time period.
So 1868, the big part, the 1868, the reason why the year 1868 is big is that's what kind of like launched the Industrial Revolution.
Yeah, supposedly it has to do with like syndicates too, like you're fighting like gangs and stuff, gang wars.
Right. Well, yeah, because you got to remember, like, the thing with the Industrial Revolution, like, humanity changed so much because of the Industrial Revolution. Like, revolution, it all became about money and power. Like, that's what it all came down to.
Let's just put it this way.
Who could be rich? If you were rich, you were powerful. And that's what was so big about the Industrial Revolution.
Here's the other thing, too, about the Industrial Revolution. You had pollution everywhere. Factories, cheap goods, cheap labor. So basically, like kind of like the same stuff people are talking about.
So basically, it's Assassin's Creed. It's basically Assassin's Creed Bloods versus Crips.
Yeah. Yep. Totally.
Yeah, because the thing is, like, before the Industrial Revolution, the line between like the amount of difference between someone who was considered poor and rich was noticeable. But when the Industrial Revolution hit, it really freaking broke out. That's when the rich got richer and the poor got poorer. If you're in the right spot, then you went from being a millionaire to a billionaire. If you were in a tough spot, you went from being poor to being flat out broke. Like, doing whatever it could to get your next meal.
Yeah, but from what they were explaining on that video I was watching, they said like the rich and the poor are kind of mixed in the same neighborhoods.
Well, yeah, because everything was happening so fast, and the rich people were wanting to get the poor people because they were cheap labor. Like, these people were willing to do anything to survive, and the rich people took advantage of that because guess what? They got cheap labor, and then drive their profits up. So that's how the poor got poor, because the poor got stuck in a situation they couldn't get out of, and the rich just took advantage of it. So
Industrial Revolution, it basically changed humanity forever at that point. I mean, you think about it, cheap consumer goods. Like, think about it. Instead of having your furniture, handmade stuff, very expensive, very slow, you could have a quickly, cheap, easy to assemble chair from a factory. Easy. Also, and because, cheap, need efficiency. That's another big, that's a buzzword right there for the Industrial Revolution. Efficiency. Gotta be efficient. Gotta produce the most amount of product for the lowest amount of cost to maximize profit or whatever. And, well, obviously, let's just say that a lot of problems kind of came up with that. But
also, in that video too, they show you can ride. There's carriage. You ride carriages now besides just a horse.
Yeah. So there's a couple new things. So here's like a quick punch list of some new things Syndicate's going to bring. There'll be a curved blade called the Kukri for close quarter combat. There's a revolver for distance kills and finishers. Brass knuckles for when a punch in the face isn't enough. Players can zip line the buildings. There's an Assassin's Gauntlets rope launcher. There's bare knuckle boxing. You can ride carriages. It features Big Ben, gangs, syndicates. There's a stealth mode. Eagle Vision returns. Charles Dickens and Darwin will feature. So, yeah. Also, for the first time in the Assassin's Creed franchise, they're kind of going like the GTA 5 route. There's going to be two main protagonists that you can switch in between at any time. So there's going to be Jacob and Evie, are their names. Jacob Fry and Evie Fry. So two assassins raised to follow the creed. Jacob is a determined, hot-headed, and rebellious leader of an underground gang and is vastly different from his sister Evie, who is a master of stealth and control. Together, Jacob and Evie team up to challenge rivals, plutocrats, and Templars alike to free the masses from poverty and corruption and ultimately wrestle back control of London. So, I don't know, like, this actually seems like an interesting Assassin's Creed. Like, this one actually seems like, okay, this could actually be good if Ubisoft went the right route. I am very surprised because Assassin's Creed's a multi-million-dollar, like, it sells millions and millions of copies. I'm really surprised this wasn't announced at E3. I'm surprised they announced it now. But maybe Ubisoft has something big for E3, and maybe they just wanted to get the announcement out of the way, and they'll probably show, like, a lot more gameplay and features during E3.
That zipline thing that they have is kind of like a Batman grapple.
Right. Having brass knuckles, that's pretty sweet.
I just don't give a shit about Assassin's Creed anymore. Like,
you say that now, but what about freaking Call of Duty?
Like, Call of Duty is going some weird, dumb place. Assassin's Creed, like, most Call of Duties I haven't cared about. This one I actually kind of care about. Like, you have a machine gun arm and shoot robot bees, and
yeah, but this might be the same thing. Like, it's a different version of Assassin's Creed.
Here's the thing you gotta understand: in order to become attractive to Bronson, like, Assassin's Creed needs to have some shit where you're like shooting fucking helicopters out of your eyeballs and stuff. Like, he likes Saints Row 4. Like, okay, that kind of tells you a lot about Bronson's playstyle. The game has to be completely off the charts, insane. The concept has to be created when you're doing, like, heroin and on freaking acid.
Okay, hold up.
They need to take Assassin's Creed and make it the weirdest shit ever, and Bronson will love it.
Like, I loved Assassin's Creed Black Flag. Like, that was awesome. It's just
like Assassin's Creed Bayonetta.
If they were to make an Assassin's Creed gameplay, like, here's my problem with Assassin's Creed since the beginning and to this day is it controls like shit. Like, it controls so poorly. All those games always are super buggy. They're filled with side quests that typically suck. Like, I'm sorry, I'm just so done with that franchise.
Yeah, Unity was trash.
Unity was they gave me hope with like Black Flag. I'm like, oh, Black Flag was so good. I'll give Unity a shot, and then disappointment. Just that's all that was. Fucking disappointment.
You're an assassin.
Like, I'm not gonna say I'm like super excited for this game. I'm not. It's not even in my top 10 games I'm looking forward to. But it's a game I'll definitely check out. I don't know. It could be interesting. It could, but that's the big thing. It could be.
Well,
yeah,
the way I see it, though, it could be
Creed. But the problem with Assassin's Creed is that it always has that it could be interesting just because it goes into history.
Well,
it's always like that.
Unity, I didn't like from the beginning. I didn't even like the concept of Unity.
Okay, so the French Revolution is a really interesting time in history. It's one of the most interesting times in history, and they somehow found a way to make it one of the most boring times in history.
The way I see it, though, this is how I see it, though. It could be a good thing too that it's getting a little more modernized because they're probably getting to the point now where maybe it'll go up to the part where it's the future now, and that would be kind of nice to see.
They're eventually going to have Assassin's Creed in the future for sure.
Now
maybe at that point it'll be good.
But
here's the thing too,
but
the future.
It's been 8 years. Why do these games still control like shit?
I don't know. I don't think they control like shit.
People haven't really complained about the controls though.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing. They probably are simple to the point where they feel like shit. Because here's the thing: if we're like looking for ultra mega simulated precision, then no one's going to be able to play this game because it's too mind-bogglingly difficult to wrap your head around new controls.
There's a game that does controls perfectly for this kind of game. It's called Infamous.
That's very true.
Infamous controls so much better.
Yeah, you have more superpowers in that one, though.
But Infamous is half of it. Yeah, but half of Infamous is superpowers. You're floating around with electricity. Exactly. You are rail riding down through the rail system. It's like Assassin's Creed.
That's a totally different thing.
Traveling around Infamous without.
I've done it. It's the beginning of the game, and even then, it controls so much better than Assassin's Creed does. There have been so many times where I've been playing the Assassin's games, I'm just like, man, this controls like garbage. Really wish this didn't control like garbage.
I don't know though, man, because you talk to some of the people that have played Assassin's Creed more often, they don't really. I haven't really heard about complaints about the controls though.
That's my biggest beef with that series.
Yeah, I don't have as big of a problem with the controls.
Yeah, I never had that problem.
I think the story is stuck up its own asshole. And as far as controls go, they were like, I'll be climbing up a wall, and I want to climb up more, and he'll jump off the wall and die, and it's just like, God fucking damn it! Why this never happens to me in games that control better? Infamous controls better. There's so many games that do what that game does, but aren't frustrating as hell from a control standpoint.
I think it's more of you don't understand how theirs works. Probably.
Oh my god!
Well, I'm telling you, man. As much as I haven't played Assassin's Creed as much, I haven't had that problem either. The controls weren't bad for me. At least that's my opinion. I played it for a little bit. I haven't had that much of a problem with the controls.
Controls are frustrating. The story is stuck up its own asshole.
Yeah, from my viewpoint, I have played games that controlled a lot worse. But the story. Oh my goodness, it's the only Assassin's Creed I ever really played and finished was the third game, and even then it was a giant mountain of wasted potential, and that's just. And I hear that a lot of people like Assassin's Creed 2, and that's totally fine. It's just starting at 3 was when, man.
Well, let's just leave it to the. That's why it's still going on. It's got fans, so as much as none of us really like it.
I don't know if it even has fans because it's
it does. It sells millions and millions of copies a year.
I love the concept of a lot of these games. I love history. I'm a big history buff. I love history. Mm-hmm. I almost was a history major when going into college, but then I realized, man, you can't make any money out of that.
So basically, that was history.
And
oh my God, Bremen!
Let's leave that one in the past, guys.
Oh my God, Bremen did not just say that.
Okay, wow. I love history, and the concept is super cool, but like they just. If you asked me, like, what would you rather play? Like, if you forced me every year to play it or Call of Duty, I'd rather play Call of Duty. Because, like, at least the core of Call of Duty is still fun. Like, to this day, it is still fun to play Call of Duty online. Yeah, some versions are better than others, but it's still fun. Playing Assassin's Creed, the majority of it feels like a fucking chore. Like it feel like
it's
you
run across all the way to the other side of town.
It is run across town with these awkward as hell controls, and go stat like you'll be following a dude and following in a crowd, but the controls aren't that great, so you'll like slip off and then get spotted, and then you'll fight and you'll always win because the combat is stand there counter, stand there counter, stand there counter.
See the movement controls don't really bother me that much. The combat, yeah, okay, that part, I agree.
Yeah.
It's like just counter all day long because everyone is so stupid in the American Revolution.
And like in the second game, with the exception of the really big guys, just switch to the wrist blades and spin around stabbing people.
Yeah, basically.
That's all you have to do. Like there's no finesse in the combat. You know, like just
it's
Yeah. You know, like, once again, I don't, you know, this is the first time in 6 years I've been excited for a Call of Duty. You know, like, apparently, like, which I'm more excited for it than I am Assassin's Creed, because, like, so far, you know, they haven't shown any gameplay of this. I'm guessing it's going to control the same, and it's going to have the same type of missions, and the story is going to still be stuck up its own asshole. And people are going to eat it up because...
You know, the one other game that I am stoked for, though, is not a Call of Duty game, but freaking Rainbow Six.
That looks cool. That
one looks good.
I don't feel that game's either going to come out and be amazing or awful. Like, I'm hoping it's amazing, because I love the original Rainbow Six games.
From what I've seen of that game, you are going to need at least 3 other people to play it with, though.
Yeah.
Otherwise, nah, that's not going to work.
So kind of like Destiny, but hopefully not as repetitive.
Destiny, Castle Crashers, Borderlands, any of those. Like Borderlands is fun alone, but even then, I'd still much rather play it with people. Like,
so what else
have a computer so we can play
soon?
Yeah,
hopefully around election season.
What else we got?
Well, continue on with Assassin's Creed. Some good news. First, people are going to be like, oh my gosh, you can switch between the characters. It'd be perfect for co-op. Well, there's not going to be co-op. But what is good news is that they're completely scrapping online. There's no online whatsoever in this game, which is what really led to Unity being a piece of shit. Is that these Assassin's Creed games, they try to push this online. It just does not work. It's not good.
I thought it was okay.
To be honest, though,
Assassin's Creed Online is awful.
John actually liked the online of Assassin's Creed Unity.
Really?
I actually like the online of Black Flag, because it's like, okay, I have to pretend I'm an NPC and lure people in to murder them. Like, I thought that was actually kind of cool. It's the everything else about Unity that's terrible. I don't know, man. Like, yeah, I'm okay with this because I'm against shoehorning multiplayer into games that don't need it. You know, like I don't see why every game has to have fucking multiplayer. I don't get why it's this like massive selling point. Like,
think about it. Hey, we can play this game with each other. Like Nintendo games can be sold multiplayer.
I like co-op though. I do like co-op though. It's nice to have co-op with your friends and stuff.
That's still a form of multiplayer.
But
but I like that though. I like co-op.
Yeah, but like some games don't need it, and some games are better without it. Like Halo ODST had co-op. In my opinion, that game was best played alone. Like if BioShock Infinite had co-op, it wouldn't have been as good or as entertaining, because I would have been distracted by my dumbass friend doing whatever the hell they're doing instead of paying attention to the story.
To be honest, the game wasn't even hard enough.
You talking about Ray or something?
Like there's so many games like that. Like there are games that are built for co-op, but I don't think that you need to like shove it into like every fucking game. And if you do.
Agree.
Like, Portal 2 had co-op, but they built a whole mode around it.
Yeah.
That was good.
And that was pretty good.
But, yeah, just 2 more quick things about Assassin's Creed. The map's 30% larger than Unity, so it's gonna be a pretty big map.
Oh,
Unity was huge.
Jesus.
Why the fuck is everyone obsessed with the size of the map?
Well, Bronson.
Why the fuck?
See,
like,
I'm not a fan of the size of the map.
Carriages and shit.
Here's the thing. Like, size of map is
Maybe
great
you can
if
call
you...
it carriage. Maybe you can use carriage as like a taxi service.
Okay, look.
That'd be convenient.
Oh, give me a second here.
It's pretty great.
But they said you can hide in the carriages or something like that too.
Okay, let me put it this way. Everyone talks about the size of the map. Oh man, the size of the map is so amazing. There's going to be so much to do. Okay, let me put it this way. The state of Nevada is the 7th largest state in the country.
There are 2 cities that matter, Reno and Vegas.
Yes, so tell me. Nevada has so much space out there. It's the 7th largest state in the country. And guess what? Like, I don't know how much percent of it is federal land, but even if it was, just look at all the exciting sagebrush and bone dry mountains out there. That's the problem of making lots of area and not making it meaningful. Then you have a state like Rhode Island or something like that where it's very itty-bitty living space.
Or Hawaii.
Or Hawaii, but Rhode Island probably makes more sense because it's way out on the New England coast kind of thing. And it's just like, really puny little state, but wow, is it packed with lots of stuff.
But a really good example of this is you look at Assassin's Creed 2, and Assassin's Creed 2 has a really big map. Most of it doesn't matter. Same with Assassin's Creed 3 and 4. You know, like, if you want a perfect, like, masterclass now to make a huge map and shit matter in it, look at Red Dead, Grand Theft Auto, and Warcraft. That's how to make
Arkham City.
Red Dead Redemption did a really good job.
You know,
Red Dead Redemption made a desert cut pretty interesting, actually.
Yeah.
They actually pulled that off rather well.
Yeah, like,
it was a freaking desert, but you know it was a desert you didn't really
Arkham
have a problem
City.
going through.
Arkham City had an okay open world. Like, there was at least interesting shit to do with it.
And Arkham Knight will be one better too, it looks like.
Arkham Knight, I hope, is cool. Like, the thing is,
look, the fact that you have the Batmobile actually would make traveling through it more interesting.
They said you could also pilot the Batwing.
Really? I haven't heard that one.
Ooh.
That's exciting.
That is what I've heard.
Cannot wait for that game.
yeah, like, I'm so just, like, I'm so tired of people, like, hyping, look how fucking big the world is! Like, I'm like,
yep,
what
Nevada's,
have to do.
and here's the argument. Yeah, Nevada's a big state too. Tell me how interesting it is.
yeah, like,
Just casinos and they're just casinos on Lake Tahoe? Okay. Oh, and air races, okay.
Yeah, like, the infamous...
But nowhere remotely as interesting as California for a lot of the year.
Yeah, like, you want to look at another game that does that well is, once again, Infamous. Like, Infamous, you have a reason to go to every part of the map to do side missions and collect blast shards and see more of the story and see more of the radio drops. Like,
they even throw in cool little things, like the graphic art with the striking. That is super cool.
Like, that was neat. Versus, like, Skyrim, go to this part of the map. Explore the entire map.
I hated that.
Why?
No
reason. Just do it.
Explore the world. Oh man, like in the case of Oblivion, at least if you decide to take a shortcut, you could, because at least you could walk on the land, even though you'd just be attacked by more animals and bears and all that kind of stuff.
Lions, tigers, and bears, oh my.
Yeah, but in the case of Skyrim, it was, okay, you're at Whiterun. You need to go to the throat of the world. And I was just like, okay, so that's simple. Just go from point A to point B straight line, right? Nope. Frickin' the map is entirely covered by clouds, and you actually had to travel around the base of the mountain on the north side and follow the signs and hope you don't get frickin' lost, and then you have to climb all the way on top of the steps only to get killed by an ice troll and start your climb all over again.
You know what honestly what I did there is I literally just climbed on the side of the mountain. I didn't care. I just jumped all the way up.
I couldn't do that.
No, Anthony,
I couldn't do that.
When you were climbing the beginning of the mountain, like walking all the way up, did you get killed by like a saber tiger that was never there again?
I got killed by an ice troll, and I had to start my frickin' climb all over again because even though I was playing the game on easy, I still got completely owned by the Ice Trolls, so I have to come up with some clever ways to beat that sucker because you know how aggro works in that game. They chase you forever.
Snipe with arrows.
Let me tell you my experience of getting to the throat of the world. I tried going straight up the mountain, but didn't find a path and find out you had to go all the way around it. Then, while I got lost in the forest for like an hour trying to go all the way around it. And then when I finally came out of the forest and found the main path, this orc came up to me. He's like, "You want to buy some skooma?" And I was just like,
"That sounds about right."
And I'm just like,
after getting lost.
And I'm just like, well. And then I got to the top and just like, I don't.
You bought the skooma, didn't you?
I bought the skooma, then I killed that motherfucker to get all my money back and all his shit. So
genius. It's just like, don't ever sell drugs. The Dragonborn will come after you.
Don't sell drugs. The Dragonborn will kill you and then do your drugs.
You never know. There's like millions of Dragonborns out there. All they have to do is just yell at you and you're a dead man. Quite literally. Which is kind of scary, actually. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, okay.
No.
Yeah, man,
But yeah, the last bit of news for Assassin's Creed. So, Bronson, I know you brought up the whole, like, combat, and I definitely agree on the combat. It's very, very stupid. It's like, counter. It's not that difficult. Well, the game's combat is experiencing a complete overhaul, focusing more on a brawler system than sword combat, as it's entered a period of time where carrying a sword around wasn't socially accepted anymore.
What?
Actually, yeah, I've seen videos of that where they did that. Yeah.
I was about to make a joke and say, what? That's not socially acceptable? Ray and I do that to work every day.
Yeah, we lead the charge.
Just get on the bus with a sword.
Yeah.
We just stick it out the window. We're riding our 87 horsepower all the way to where we're...
I mean, although you could probably get away with just walking around with a kendo stick.
Oh, you can absolutely get away with a kendo stick.
Oh, yeah, I don't think anyone's just going to stop you and be like, ho-ho.
Yeah, no one's going to stop you for a kendo stick. Alright, anyway.
Moving along. Fallout 4 is pretty much all but confirmed at this point due to a CG artist's LinkedIn profile that shows that he was a contract 3D artist for the Fallout 4 cinematic trailer. Yeah. And he works for Murata Studios. You may ask what Murata Studios is. It's co-founded by the Hollywood genius Del Toro. So, yeah. On this guy's LinkedIn profile, his previous work contributions include last year's Far Cry 4 trailer, The Elder Scrolls, and Forza Motorsport. I mean, it makes sense. I mean, Bethesda had to have something big to announce, and nothing's going to be bigger than Bethesda announcing a Fallout 4, and everyone's talking about it. There's rumors everywhere. E3, they're announcing Fallout 4. This is going to happen.
Okay, yeah, like...
And we shall be there.
Yeah, well, I'm not sure if we're going to that press conference yet, but, you know, oh man, I don't...
Their whole press conference is probably going to be Fallout 4.
It's going to be like, they'll probably have some stuff on ESO, and they also are part of Doom. Aren't they owned by the dudes who own Doom now? So Doom will be at that.
Bethesda owns them, yeah.
Yeah, so it'll be like Doom 4, Fallout 4, ESO.
Yeah, big ass year for them.
And like maybe Quake.
Oh yeah.
So I don't know. Fuck Fallout. Let's see some Doom.
I like Fallout.
I am a fan of Fallout myself.
Yeah. Like I thought New Vegas was great.
Fallout New Vegas was really good.
Yeah, like I felt could have been a little better just because it was so
Fallout
repetitive.
3, but New Vegas was great.
Yeah,
but
New Vegas
man,
got me back into that.
I was so soured by Fallout 3. I didn't bother to play New Vegas. And
oh, dude, New Vegas is so good.
And Fallout 3, like you want to talk about a big world, but nothing to do
Fallout
in
3
it.
Wasn't that good.
That was the whole thing. It was just like, okay, I'm gonna run across this desert again. Oh, look, a mole rat.
Like,
bye, Rufus.
Like for there are like 10 really awesome moments in that game, Fallout 3.
Mm-hmm.
I put 30 hours into that game on my way to beating it. There are probably like 10 really awesome moments that add up to an hour out of those 30 hours.
See, that's how I feel about Dragon Age Inquisition also. It's like, oh, it's this huge world that everyone loves and there's so much to do, and I'm just like, but there isn't enough greatness in here for me to like really desire this game or love it. Yeah, versus
Bayonetta 2, which is just 8 hours of holy shit, that was awesome.
Yeah, like I'm not joking. Bayonetta 2 was like the only game that I played last year that actually kept me smiling for most of the time.
Just all 8 hours of Bayonetta 2, I'm like, this is fucking ridiculous and awesome, and I love every minute of it.
The problem is, then it's over.
Yeah, then it's over. But like,
would you rather have 30 hours of or 8 hours of yes?
Would you rather have like a really just?
I'm not defending Dragon Age. I'm saying that down.
But I am. You brought this argument up. Would you rather have like an amazing 12-ounce steak or kind of 30-ounce steak?
I want something I could be able to, eat again and again.
Well, that's actually a really important question, because I'm more kind of like I guess bulk. I should say I used to. Here's the thing though, is that I lean on being more of a value for money kind of person, because games are frickin' expensive. So,
I agree, but you can go back to Bayonetta. Like, I dropped 25 to 30 hours into Bayonetta because of the challenge modes and unlocking costumes and
shit. The problem is I'm not that kind of person. I'm not a challenge mode or that kind of guy. I want to be able to replay a game like if I play it, I play a different version of it. You know what I mean? Like makes it feel like it's another part of the game I missed.
Yeah, but like once again, my thing with Dragon Age is most of it the first time I didn't want to see it. Like, I was just like, this drags all the time and is really dull. And that's why
that's why it's called Drag on Age.
Whoa, that's a good way of putting it, actually.
That's a good one.
Drag, okay, yeah.
Drag on. It goes on and on and on, and none of it.
Calm down,
and
Jerry.
For some people, it's great. For me, it's like how Fallout 3 is to Bronson. There's a lot, but it just doesn't feel great enough.
Like, I wasn't willing to push myself to finish Dragon Age like I was Fallout. Cause, like,
meanwhile, in Fallout 3, I freaking don't like Fallout 3 at all. I just couldn't get it whatsoever. I'm just like, everyone's like, oh, it's so super awesome. And then I put the disc and I'm just like, I'm told that if I love Oblivion, I'll like this game. This game is really boring.
Let me put it this way. The one I'm going to put a difference to is like, let's say Arkham City, right? I replay that game again because I wanted to freaking solve the damn riddles from the Riddler. It made me want to play that all over again because of that.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm just saying that, Dragon Age and Fallout for me it's especially Dragon Age, because like I was trying so hard to understand Fallout 3, why people loved that game. And I finished it. I finished the main story. I did a bunch of side quests. And, like, after my 30 hours and after I put it back on the shelf, I was like, fuck this fucking game. And not only does it looks like shit, it plays like shit. The story is fucking terrible. Just so much shit about that game is not good.
You mean you didn't like that you could be exploring and all of a sudden, like the beginning of the game, find 6 death claws?
No. What I'm saying, for me, my just a smaller request to some of those video game, guys out there that make the video game creators. Like, if you make a game, shouldn't you like some of those RPGs out there where you hear like, oh, there's 3 different ways to finish it, or there's what was it, like a Witcher had like 35 endings or something like that?
Like, the thing is, I'll never go back and see those.
Yeah.
I will
look them up.
I will watch it twice and then watch the rest on YouTube.
Yeah.
Like, that, I would rather play something that is, like, the reason that I will go back to Bloodborne on New Game Plus when I finish it, and the reason I go back to Bayonetta is because, okay, this is a skills test now, and I'm having fun getting better at the game.
Yeah.
Going back and seeing story paths I missed only works if the story is really, really fucking good. And the only games that have got me to do that are like Mass Effect and Persona and Catherine. Those are like the 3.
Well, that's why I'm hoping for The Witcher 3, though. Because remember they said your choices will have difference in the world or whatever.
Here's the other concern I kind of have with The Witcher. To me, it just really, really, really depends on what your gaming preferences are, and it also really, really depends how much time you're willing to put into it. If it's gonna take me 100 hours to finish one ending, and it's gonna take me another 100 hours to get the second ending, I probably am gonna watch it on YouTube. Whereas in the case of Mass Effect 2, a playthrough is only 20 hours. Sure, I'll see another ending just to avoid looking it up on YouTube. And hey, this game is fun.
Yeah, like,
what if Shepard was an ass? And that's the other thing too about Mass Effect 2 is that you have like pretty much different dialogue options if you decide to be asshole Shepard instead of angel Shepard.
Yeah,
that you can't capture entirely in YouTube videos.
That
was also nice.
I am far more inclined to play your game if like your post-game content is like Mario, where like the newest Mario game, I finished it, it's like, okay, you beat it, now there's like 5 new worlds with like 8 new levels in each and a bunch of new stuff to collect and all this vanity stuff. It's one giant skills test. Okay, you beat the game, now here's the challenge stuff, the hard stuff.
This is the real game.
This is the real fucking game. And
I hope you're ready to
go play Dark Souls, the new one, Scorn of the whatever sin. That one's got like, it changes whatever, like I've heard it changes the enemy placement and all the other stuff. It's like really hard.
Yeah, like it's the same reason like I'll play like those Bayonetta challenge modes. Like Anthony, I'm not sure if you ever went back and like did the challenge modes after the main game, but it's like you will play through, like you have to go through, I think it's like 6 to 8 waves without dying.
Oh wow.
And only 3 healing items. So like, and it encourages you to get better at dodging, try new weapons, try new combos, and then like it made me want to go back and replay the main game to find other weapons to make those easier. Mm-hmm. Like I went back and found the chainsaw feat because I was like, okay, I need to do more damage with my kicks. I don't mind if they're slower. Chainsaw feat. Where is this weapon? And I just would fully explore the levels because of that. Like it's the same thing where like when I play through Zelda, I don't get every heart container. I don't care. Like I don't care enough. You need to give me a reason to. A perfect example is this, like Guacamelee. Like I played Guacamelee after I finished it. Because they had a bunch of fighting you could go do and a bunch of like shit you can unlock for your skills.
Really?
Yeah, like I don't like when I eventually pick up Shovel Knight, I hope it has that stuff.
Is that extra boost at the end to make you come back?
Yeah, like apparently each like the PlayStation version has a boss fight against Kratos. And then
really, that's super neat.
Oh, the Xbox one is way better though.
What is it?
You get to go on a level against the Battletoads. Then you fight the Battletoads, and you get Battletoads armor that gives you like their punches and kicks and one of their abilities. Yeah.
Do you eat flies?
You eat flies.
You could. I mean, if you really want to eat flies, Bremen. I don't. All right.
We won't stop you. We support.
I catch them with my chopsticks. Are you kidding me?
Yep.
Wait, what did I just hear?
Bremen's a Solarian. He eats flies.
I catch him with chopsticks too. Yes, like in the Karate Kid.
Yes. Anyway.
All right, moving along. Got some news regarding Ratchet and Clank.
Oh, I saw this news story. Okay.
Ratchet and Clank, the movie, comes out April 29th, 2016. And if you thought that the Ratchet and Clank movie was like this low-budget movie, you were completely wrong. Check out the cast they have for this. Academy Award nominee and Golden Globe winner Paul Giamatti as Chairman Drek. Golden Globe winner John Goodman as Ratchet's mechanic mentor Grimoth. Young Artist Award winner Bella Thorne as Galactic Ranger Cora. Rosario Dawson as Galactic Ranger support team member Elaris. And Academy Award nominee Sylvester Stallone as Victor Von Iron, Chairman Drek's villainous lieutenant.
Villainous.
Freaking Sylvester Stallone is in freaking Ratchet and Clank.
That's so great.
And also the voices for Ratchet, Clank, Nefarious, and my personal favorite, Captain Quark, are all the same. Captain Quark is the best character in that whole franchise.
He's so great.
I really liked Ratchet 1 and 2, and then I didn't play it again until the PS3 ones. And all
like the remastered ones.
A Crack in Time was amazing.
A Crack in Time is the best one.
Is easily the best.
That's the best one. That's the last PS3 real PS3 one. Up Your Arsenal
Quest
was awesome.
for Booty was pretty good too, though.
Really short, but really good. Funny, really funny.
That one was pure comedic.
It was like 15. It was like 4 hours, but it was like $15. So.
Yeah, it was a little pricey for what you got, I thought, but I enjoyed it.
It was like 3 to 4 hours for $15. I thought that was fine.
I don't know, it. Current indie, for the time, yes, but current indie games have fucked up.
Because you gotta think about that's
$4.
That's a quarter of a full game. So multiply by 4, that's like a 12-hour Ratchet and Clank game, which is that's a good value.
It took me 20 hours to 100% a Crack in Time.
Well, yeah, if you're talking about 100%ing, yeah.
But I had the platinum for that game. But no, I remember that I liked God, what was the first one on PS3? I have it right here. Hold on.
Yeah, it's right up there.
Tools of Destruction. That was great. Quest for Booty was great. Crack in Time was great. And then there the other real Ratchet one, not like their semi-MOBA thing or their weird co-op thing.
I'm always on the Quest for Booty.
I knew Bremen was going to say something.
I was waiting for that. I was waiting.
You know,
very late,
Bremen, you're just gonna love Ratchet and Clank titles because with stuff like
Booty, but I knew it was going to come out at some point.
Look, Bremen, you're gonna like Ratchet and Clank Surge titles because if they have something called Up Your Arsenal, there you go.
They got Going Commando and Up Your Arsenal.
They also had a title they couldn't do.
Whoa!
They did. A Crack in Time was supposed to be a Crack in Time was supposed to be clock blockers.
That's even better.
Well, that's how Insomniac is. It was when they were doing the beta test for Resistance 3, rather than saying Resistance 3 beta, you know how it shows what someone's playing, instead it said girl with a stick or something like that.
So
wasn't there a Conquer that's being remade too?
No, that's no Conquer. Yeah,
no.
That's something dumb all on its own. That's they're adding Conquer assets and tools to Project Spark.
Oh, I thought it was an actual Conquer game.
Hey man, Project Spark's a cool game though. Anyway, I'm super excited for this. I loved 1 and 2, didn't play 3, and I played the real PS3 ones, all 4 of them, and loved them all. A Crack in Time is an amazing game. So if it's that same quality of writing, this movie is going to be hilarious.
I can see it easily being.
Oh yeah, it's set out to be in the theaters and everything. It's hard to imagine. It's hard to imagine this being a successful movie because Ratchet and Clank is a successful video game franchise, but it's not huge.
I think it's because of the humor though that made it really popular. I mean, come on.
Yeah, but people are gonna be like, okay, what's this Ratchet and Clank thing? Gamers are gonna know.
It's not pop culture yet.
Yeah. You know?
Yeah, I feel as though hardcore PlayStation gamers will know, and there'll be enough.
There's a big ass budget behind it. Obviously, I mean, you don't secure this type of cast without paying the money.
Yeah, it has to have it probably does have a huge budget though. So, yeah.
I mean, keep in mind this is Sony.
Maybe they might do it when they make the movie, they might just start it from the beginning or something. Something new.
No, this is a continuation most likely.
I don't know if the case of the Ratchet and Clank film, they're trying to make it kind of like a brand kind of thing, because if this movie becomes extremely successful, then you've got you could have a brand out of this.
Right.
Yeah.
Just look at Pokemon. Here's the thing. I first saw the Pokemon TV show before I even knew anything about the original Game Boy games.
Oh, I thought
the Game Boy games, and granted, most of the Pokemon games were based on the TV show, Puzzle League, but I didn't know that the TV show was actually based on Pokemon Red and Blue.
I knew about the games way beforehand, because everyone at my school had fucking Game Boys and were playing those until those got banned because of Pokemon.
That happened at your school too?
Yep, along with collectible card games.
That one didn't.
Pokemon got banned.
Mm-hmm.
Pokemon cards got banned, and then it was those weird plastic things that you'd line up and flick at each other. The figures.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you would do those, and those then got banned.
Mm-hmm.
Then I was at a new school when Yu-Gi-Oh came out. Yu-Gi-Oh never did get banned.
Yu-Gi-Oh, that was one thing I don't understand why it lived, but It lived.
I think it was because like
it made like kids crack dealers on the like playground too. You got a Blue Eyes? I'll trade you 2 store stockers for that Blue Eye.
I think it was because like by the time like Yu-Gi-Oh played for a slightly older audience.
Yeah.
So they like weren't beating each other up and stealing and shit.
I thought it just like top marketing deals. Like you knew how to budget.
It probably
bring
did.
That sleeve full of rare cards and be the most popular kid.
Yeah. Like I remember I played Yu-Gi-Oh tournaments and like this was in middle school when this happened. I was like 14, and like I had like a sheet of holographics that were just they're all useless to me. Like I was very much a like tournament player. I wanted cards that could work in my decks, and the card I wanted at the time was Vampire Lord. I was like, here's an entire sheet. Who has a Vampire Lord? Someone had a first edition mint Vampire Lord.
I remember that even though I didn't even play Yu-Gi-Oh! That intensely at all and really, really sucked at it, I just remembered that because of the TV show, I really, really, really wanted a Blue Eyes White Dragon card. I really wanted one. Like, Red Eyes just wasn't cool enough. Probably because Joey.
He was.
I love Joey.
He was in a starter deck. Blue Eyes was in like 3 different.
I know, but it took
decks.
me forever to finally get one because it wasn't like I got those cards easily. You got to remember, this is like 10-year-old me trying to convince parents to purchase lots of really expensive stuff.
I forget that I'm older than everyone here, so I was just like, except Bremen.
Well, that's where my allowance went. Like, I didn't have a game system growing up, so I was like, pack of cards at 7-Eleven.
Like,
Dad got his smokes.
For a like 2-year period of playing Yu-Gi-Oh, that I didn't save my allowance for games really. Like, I just saved it towards Yu-Gi-Oh cards, and man, that was. So yeah, like from 2003, like 2003, 2004 to like the middle of 2004, I really just didn't buy games much. Like I would ask for them for birthday and Christmas, and then but like I wouldn't actually like save up because I was making $10 a week mowing lawns, fucking cleaning everything. My dad would check my ed line and see, okay, all A's and B's, you're good. There's $10.
Going to 4th Street, right?
You are a bad person.
Remember when we were kids and $10 was like the greatest thing ever?
Right?
No, $10 is nothing.
I remember when I got like $5. Like I would be the happiest thing ever. But
that is a pack of cards.
$10
that's like 3
made
candy bars.
You rich in elementary school.
I remember when I was super little and Burger King had like the Pokemon toys with like the Pokeball with the gold card inside. I would save up to buy those too.
Yeah,
those were the coolest things.
Because the way I saw it from elementary school was that freaking if you even had enough money to just if you had like even 3/4 to just dump on a random gel pen, you had money. Like 2/4 on a gel pen. Those were things back in the late 90s.
I remember like if someone had like the pack of gel pens, like all 12 colors, they were the coolest person ever, and they were gone in like a day.
Whoever had a Game Boy, just gravitate to them.
I never had gel pens.
I've got that connector cord that's like a half a foot long.
That never connects.
Yeah, like you could have half a battle going and then connection lost, and like the screen would just go black and be like, damn it.
Yeah,
I was about to evolve my hit.
I remember when Fire Red and Leaf Green came out at the time I was doing the Yu-Gi-Oh thing, and those were fucking everywhere, just wireless battles. Thank you, Christ.
Right?
No,
you still have the clip that went on.
Yeah, you had to have a clip, but at least it wasn't like.
Yeah, but that thing had more issues than anything because like it would click in, but the cord wouldn't go all the way in, and it couldn't go down anymore because those stupid little clips on the side.
Yeah, but you could like at least once you had it in there, you didn't have to worry anymore though.
Yeah,
like
like yes.
Yeah, like versus fucking back in the day, it's like, okay, stay completely still.
If we move even half a hair.
This and say during a trade, that shit was the most stressful.
Like you literally had to like set it down on the table and like barely press the button.
Wait, this is the wireless?
No, this is wired. This is the wired.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I remember the wired one.
Yeah, fuck that.
Freaking. Well, you gotta kind of remember though, for that kind of connectivity for Pokemon in Red and Blue, that was a huge deal.
Oh no, that
was like probably one of the things that made Pokemon huge before the internet kind of came in and hurt things a little, or maybe made things better.
Or when Pokemon ruled the world.
When they put internet on the DS ones, like Pokemon Diamond Pearl, those were the first internet Pokemon games. Can you imagine all those forums just blowing up because of friend code exchanges? It was crazy. You can now battle people across the entire world because thanks to the internet, and you had voice chat, which I don't know if anybody ever actually used it. But you had voice chat.
It's like when Halo 2 came out, and it was like the first online Halo for a console. Like that was like the game that made Xbox Live worth it. Like I had Xbox Live a little bit before then, and there were games people played. Like Madden was popular, Burnout was popular, but like nothing was Like Halo 2 was all everyone on my Xbox Live friends list played until the 360 came out. And even then, people were going back to Halo 2 to play it until Gears came out. Gears was finally the game that started to push Halo 2 out of the limelight. And even then, it wasn't truly gone until Halo 3 came out. Then no one was really playing it other than, like, I remember when, like, the original Xbox Live, the original Xbox was finally getting turned off. A bunch of people that night logged on to play original Xbox games. Like that was like the last hurrah. Like I was on there. I played Halo 2. I bought it. I booted up Burnout 3. Like there were a ton of games I played. Anyway.
Also, let's go back to Ratchet and Clank for a second. They did not announce this without giving us a little information on the next game. They're also hard at work at Ratchet & Clank for the PlayStation 4, a reimagination of the original game that started it all 13 years ago. The game coming out spring 2016 retells the origin story and ties in closely and expands upon the movie's narrative.
See, that's what they're doing.
New levels along with reimagined classic locales like Metropolis, brand new weapons, and completely redone visuals made possible by the power of the PlayStation 4. We'll be sharing more on the game soon.
See, that's a good plan right there. They're gonna make a remake of it or something. That's what they're gonna do to tie in the movie.
That is totally gonna be at Sony's press conference. Like no doubt.
Yeah. Oh well. Yeah. More information on it soon. I'll say this is kind of disappointing. Like I wanted a new game. Like it sounds like it's a remake with additional content. Is what it sounds like.
So it's a solar movie, I guess.
Yeah, like the movie doesn't come out until 2016 though. So, well, I mean, this is spring of 2016. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. I mean, personally, I was hoping that Sony was gonna be like, "Bam, new Ratchet and Clank coming out this holiday season." I'd be like, "Hell yeah!"
Well, they need something. Like I know we've talked about this before.
Yeah, I thought Ratchet and Clank for sure. Like if you asked me to bet money, I would have bet money that Ratchet and Clank was coming out this holiday season.
Well, because right now Sony has nothing this holiday. Like they have literally
and I thought
nothing.
Ratchet and Clank was gonna be one of them for sure. I thought for sure it was, but yeah, I mean. I think they're gonna. I mean, Guerrilla Games has to announce what they're doing at E3. They have to announce.
Like it could be Santa
Monica. We haven't heard anything from Santa Monica in a while. So they have plenty of studios. We just don't know what they're working on, but they have to have a lot of shit because Microsoft.
Yeah, they have plenty of studios, but
kill them.
They have a lot of studios, but it kind of seems like the count is very slightly going down currently.
Wait a minute, you said nothing, no new stuff for PlayStation on the holidays. What about, isn't Uncharted, the new one coming out too?
No, that delayed till next year.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
I know they have like a lot of studios, but Evolution is now heavily downsized and PlayStation Home Studio is gone?
But like you look at studios owned by PlayStation, right? And it's just huge. Like, it is gigantic. Alright, like... Hold on. I'll pull up worldwide studios for Sony.
Last Guardian, maybe? Finally coming out, maybe?
Yeah, right.
At this point, I wouldn't call that a... I wouldn't call that a Final Fantasy VII Remake type of project quite yet. Because it hasn't been long enough.
Alright, there's Evolution... Guerrilla Games.
Oh, I would love a new MotorStorm. It's probably never gonna happen, but
yeah, that studio just got heavily downsized, didn't it?
Oh, they got hit hard with Drive Club.
I mean, freaking like Drive Club is now even better because they threw in weather and they improved the game. They threw in more cars that aren't from Europe, which is also nice. They threw in more American cars now.
I want to try that. I'm probably gonna pick that up on the PC.
I need to,
especially since I'll be able to play
Steam
it
sale.
4K.
I'm just gonna say Steam sale.
Anyway, continuing down the list, Media Molecule, they haven't done anything for almost 3 years now. Naughty Dog, we know what they're working on. That one's no surprise there. Hold on, next page is loading. But yeah, Media
Yeah,
Molecule.
but Naughty Dog has 2 studios though, so they're probably working on The Last of Us 2 as well. But we won't hear about that. It's too soon to hear about that.
Polyphony Digital.
Yeah, well, we already know what they're
going to... Gran Turismo 7.
Coming in 2016, 2017, sorry, delayed 2018. We're sorry, guys. We're still working on making your car even shinier for 2019. Oh, shit, the PlayStation 5 is coming out. We'll delay the game for that.
Studio Bend, which made Resistance Retribution on the PSP and Uncharted Golden Abyss. Cambridge Studio, which made Medieval, Killzone Vita, Little Big Planet PSP. Studio Japan.
That's the thing. A lot of these studios are like PSP companies, and no one's gonna work on the Vita. So it's like, do they have the team to bring out a full console release, or are they just gonna go with like an indie title? Well, not indie, but lower budget.
Hey man, a lower budget title can be awesome.
Yeah, that's true.
Japan Studio, Ape Escape, Loco Roco, Patapon, Ico, The Last Guardian, Gravity Rush 2. SEC, Sony London, The Getaway, and SingStar.
The Getaway, remember that? The game that was supposed to be like the Grand Theft Auto killer, and we still haven't heard shit about it.
The SingStar, though, it is out on PS4.
Yeah, so that's out.
Although that's more like a minor code adjustment, it feels like.
Sony San Diego, which does Mod Nation Racers and the baseball games.
I loved Mod Nation Racers. I really wish that had caught on.
Santa Monica, God of War games.
You remember how they were pitching Mod Nation Racers, one of the big things for the Vita, thanks to its back touchpad or something?
Oh god, so stupid.
I remember that.
I remember a lot of things Sony has done over the years that were dumb. Sucker Punch, which could be doing another Infamous or Sly Cooper. I mean,
no, I don't like Sly Cooper.
Yeah, I was never into that game.
Sly 4 was awesome. That game was great. I love Sly 4.
I don't like Sly. They are working on a new game though. That who knows? I mean, they've had various job listings and stuff like that. I don't think we'll hear about it at this E3 though.
And last, Incognito, which did Twisted Metal Black, Calling All Cars, Warhawk, and they also did Downhill Domination.
I could see Sony doing something similar to like Warhawk or Starhawk. I could see them doing something like that on the PlayStation 4.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that
but
would
those
be...
games did pretty alright. I remember when everyone bought Warhawk because it came with like the free Bluetooth headset.
I had that game. That's exactly why I bought it too.
I played the hell out of that game. That game was awesome.
That game was great. I love that game. Let's see. I want another Downhill Domination. I really liked that game. Incognito, that'd be rad.
I really want a freaking Motor Storm, but it's probably not going to happen.
Those are, we're both in the same boat there. Yeah, I don't know. That's still a lot of studios, and most of them don't have something that they've announced yet.
Maybe Deep Down will come out this year. The game.
Maybe.
That would be awesome.
David Cage's studio. They're working on something.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, because Beyond.
The thing is, how much stuff
great.
is actually coming out this year, though?
Yeah,
that's the problem. Like Sony got freaking blown out of the water this past holiday. Well, the sad thing is, actually, no, they didn't. Like they didn't get outsold by that much, even though Xbox Ones were pretty much given away for free, and Xbox One actually had a kind of decent lineup for the holiday season.
Oh, but
when Microsoft this year, they're knocking out the freaking park. Halo,
Tomb Raider, Forza, and Fable. Yeah. Fable probably won't be a great game, but those games sell. Mm-hmm. And then there's
wait, isn't Tomb Raider for both consoles though?
No.
Xbox 3, Xbox One exclusive for now.
Yeah, for now. It'll probably come out for PlayStation 4 a year later.
Yeah, it was a similar story with Mass Effect 1. It was an Xbox 360 exclusive for a while, so when Mass Effect 2 came out and came out to PS3, they're like, here's a comic, and then it finally came out to PS3 after a while. So I imagine Tomb Raider might go down the same path. But yeah, in the case of Microsoft, it's like, I know what's happening this year.
Maybe Sony will announce, it won't be exclusive, but maybe Sony will be like, fuck you, Microsoft, Titanfall 2. Because platforms, we know what's happening. It's just a matter of when it's coming out.
Like, in the case of Microsoft, I already know what's happening this year. It's like, Halo's coming out, and Forza, that's cool. I finally might get a Forza box this year.
Halo 5 looks awesome. That beta was great, and all the stuff they're doing leading up to it, super cool. Yeah. So, then Tomb Raider looks great. You know, Microsoft had Ori and the Blind Forest come out earlier this year. They still got Hyper Light Drifter, I believe, might be exclusive to them, at least console exclusive. You know, like they got a strong lineup this year.
Sony has that Fat Princess game coming out, but it's not the Fat Princess I wanted. I want I loved Fat Princess on the PS3, so I played that game for hours. So they announced a new Fat Princess. I was like, hell yes, it's finally coming. Now I'm like, oh no, this is something totally different.
No, I really liked Fat Princess on the PS3, and it's a shame they haven't done a new one. Minecraft. Was Minecraft on PS4 or no?
Yeah.
It's Minecraft's on everything, but because it's owned by Microsoft, I wouldn't be surprised if they say Minecraft 2 exclusive to Xbox.
It's not.
No, they would make more money if they put it on the PlayStation 4.
But think of how many Xbox Ones they would sell.
Minecraft, you have to put it on PC as well. You gotta remember that. That game's gonna be on PC.
Do you really think that they would put Minecraft on a PlayStation 4 when it's owned by Microsoft? I highly doubt that's the case.
Freaking money, dude. Oh, they totally will. They're gonna make more money by putting it on the PlayStation 4 and collecting profits off the PlayStation 4 copies. I totally see them doing that.
Okay, hold on. But no, Microsoft also has Scalebound, which could come out this year. That's that new thing by Platinum. Crackdown, which I wouldn't be surprised if it came out this year. And then Quantum Break, which they have said Quantum Break might come this year.
Oh no, they delayed that.
They delayed that? Okay.
Quantum Break's 2016.
But Microsoft is they're announcing everything.
They're really getting these first party games going, which is great.
Yeah, not only that, but they're also just, they're announcing them, because it used to be Microsoft wouldn't announce shit until the year of E3.
But here's the thing, I almost like that. I hate when companies announce, this game. Late 2016, but it might come out in 2017. Don't announce it if it's not cut. I think the earliest the game should be announced is if it's releasing within a year. If it's releasing within a year of its announcement, fine. But announcing these games that come out 2 years later, 3 years later, is a bit ridiculous.
It doesn't bother me because, here's the thing: if you're the person who is in second place out of the two main ones, you have to do that to show people why your box is worth owning.
Yeah, but you're better off announcing games that are coming out now.
They do though. They do, but they also want to be look, if you aren't into those, Halo 5 is a thing. Tomb Raider is a thing. We knew about all these except Forza 6 last year, and we came out of Microsoft's press conference a little more impressed, for the most part, because of that.
Well, I don't know. I saw with Nick on this one, because, if you're announcing a game that's going to be coming out in a year or two, I would wait until the game's closer to being out before I even thought about buying your system.
Because look at all the games that are announced and come out 3 years after they're announced, or don't come out at all, or
delays and shit. Yeah,
Alan Wake took fucking 5 years to come out.
Two Human came out
I don't know
10 years. Heavenly Sword was originally going to be an exclusive on the Xbox.
The way I look
it ended up being a PS3 exclusive. Oh my god, if they announced a Heavenly Sword 2, I would fucking lose it. I would fucking lose it if they announced a Heavenly Sword 2.
The way I look at announcing games early is that if it happens to be a big name franchise, you could get people hanging on really, really hard. They'll be pissed, but then the hype would just keep going because of that. For example, Final Fantasy 13 Versus, that was supposed to be a PS3 thing. It was announced before the PS3 came out. Guess what? Never happened for a really, really long time, and everyone thought it was going to die, and guess what? It came back as Final Fantasy 15, and check out that hype meter now.
Not only that, but look at a game let's look at, if it's a game that hasn't been around for a while, I totally see why. For instance, they announced
Phantom Dust or something. I forgot what it was.
Phantom Dust.
But these new the Last Guardian, that shit should have never been announced. freaking
yeah, like the Last Guardian is not like
the
a
game
Final
that was
Fantasy.
The Grand Theft
like
Auto killer. The what was it called? We just talked about it.
Daybreak.
Getaway.
No, it wasn't the Getaway. It was the game from Rockstar.
Agent.
Remember that game was supposed to be like PlayStation exclusive. This is gonna be like the freaking our version of Grand Theft Auto, but it's gonna be exclusive on PlayStation. Whatever happened to that shit? Never happened. So it's just like, yeah, a sequel I'm fine with. But I really think, to be honest, as funny as you guys may find, I think Sony has to announce Gran Turismo at this E3. They fucking have to. They have to. Like, Microsoft is going to have their third racer out. And
exactly.
Sony has nothing. Drive Club wasn't what it was supposed to be. They have to announce Gran Turismo. I think they're going to announce Gran Turismo, and they'll say, like, maybe spring if we're lucky, but probably maybe summer of 2016. They have to. Sony, they have to get that fucking game out. They have to. Like, that is the game. That is the one game Sony is, like, pressed. They freaking have to get that game out because they have none of the racing market right now. Absolutely none of it. Because Drive Club just did not work like they wanted it to.
Like, here's the thing. They do need to announce Gran Turismo. I do think that you do need to... I think you can go 2 years in advance. Like, for instance, Uncharted, that's basically what it is at this point. They did Tomb Raider 2 years in advance. That's fine. I just think you need to show, like, a teaser and let them know at the end, blank 2016. And I bought consoles far in advance.
I'm just not a fan of that. Like, the teasers, I know. I would rather you, like, if you're going to show a game, I want to see, like, gameplay of that shit. Like, don't... Because anyone can go, like, okay, let's make this super nice CG trailer and say we're making a game. But it's no...
If it's an announcement for something that's been around for a while, like, if Microsoft goes... If they're fucking, like, show a Battletoads clip at E3, which... That's going to be one of my predictions right now. Battletoads is going to be at E3 in some capacity this year. And, like, they say coming out 2017, not going to really bother me. Battletoads hasn't been around for, like, 15 years, 16 years. Over that, probably. And more like 25 years. That game has been around for, like, almost 25 years. Sure, why not? Because it does two things. It gets people to commit to the idea of wanting your console down the line. Yeah, you might not buy it now, but when Battletoads or Tomb Raider comes out, that's when you'll pick it up. You know, and versus Sony, who's like, we got Jack. Like, that's what Sony's saying right now. Bloodborne came out, it was awesome, it's one of the best games of the year so far, but Sony right now is saying, we got nothing.
Goose eggs for days.
We got Cosmic Star Heroine.
It's like
Stars Plus.
Hey guys, we're all about you guys because we got nothing but sales.
They do have
so please keep buying your stuff,
which is going to be big for them.
Yeah, but that's not coming out until next year. So I mean, like,
that's right.
This is the advantage. Like, if you do announce this soon, though, it sets you up for next year, so it doesn't look like you have nothing in the next year. You know, like. Versus, Microsoft never did this, and going into every E3, we're like, fuck, Microsoft has nothing, and then they'd usually announce a couple things and, keep the string going. Like, I'm way more interested in Microsoft now, because, like, I know I'm going to be interested in their platform for the year, because of Halo, and Forza, and Tomb Raider, and Hyper Light Drifter, and they keep talking about this game Rare is working on, that they haven't, like, once again, I'm betting it's Battletoads. Like, Battletoads were in Shovel Knight. Phil Spencer was caught wearing a Battletoads shirt like a month ago.
Phil Spencer loves that game.
Like, if it is not Battletoads, then it better be, like, something on the level of Killer Instinct where people just lose their shit.
Banjo-Kazooie.
Dude, if they like, oh my god, that'd be good. I'd be down for more Banjo. Especially because, contrary to popular belief, Nuts and Bolts was a fucking great game that people hated on just because it wasn't a 3D platformer. Fuck those people. Alright, anyway.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. Sony really has to have a strong show this year. They freaking have to. I just hope they're not getting lazy, because the thing with Sony is that, like I said, since the PlayStation 4 and Xbox will come out, there's only been 1 month the Xbox One outsold, and that was in December, and that's obvious because of all the deals Microsoft was doing. But since then, like, even now, the PlayStation 4 is just completely like doubling the sales of the Xbox One. I just hope Sony isn't getting lazy and is like, yeah, they'll beat us in December, but we'll still continue outselling them.
I mean, like, if you are Microsoft right now, like, you gotta think of something, like, the thing about these two systems are fucking nearly identical. Except for a couple of things. The interface, I think the PlayStation interface is a little snappier. I think Xbox Live is a little more stable. I think the Xbox.
I think snappier is the wrong word, Bronson.
Dude,
because Xbox Snap. Yeah.
I think that the PlayStation interface is a lot faster. It feels a lot faster. I get to where I need to go quicker. It's just laid out better. Versus the Xbox, which is menus within fucking menus within menus, but it's more stable. Like, every other week, it seems like PlayStation Network, it's down, it has this issue, it has that issue.
I don't know why Sony still has this kind of archaic mode of doing maintenance, because it's like, when we're doing maintenance, your whole world is shut down, whereas in Microsoft, you don't really have that.
Like, it's like...
The one thing I'll applaud Microsoft on... Like, I know that Sony, usually when they come out with a firmware update, it's kind of big, but the thing Microsoft's been really kicking ass with are these monthly firmware updates. They're doing really good on those.
Well, and also, like, I think Microsoft is, like, they have to, though. Like, they're in that situation where, like, they have to be more impressive. And here's the thing. Most people are going to buy a PS4 because for most people it comes like, okay, where are my friends? What have most people bought? A PS4.
Well, yeah, that's why the Xbox 360 had the big advantage from the start. That's like, why going forward, I don't think, like, when they come out the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox whatever, they're not going to let one of them launch a whole year ahead because that really freaking hurts you. Because then you have a whole year to grab an entire market. And at that point, even when the next console comes out, the problem is that, all my friends have this platform. So I'm going to get that one.
No, like, here's the thing. I was a PlayStation guy last generation during the second half, from pretty much the end, like, the beginning of 09 onward. And, like, the majority of my friends were on Xbox. So it was, like, this thing of, like, I had to get people to either migrate over or play by myself. And, yeah, there were some exceptions. Like, my friend Sean Fernandez, we played Resident Evil on the PlayStation. And, like, Anthony ended up getting a PlayStation. I believe we played Uncharted and whatnot. And same thing with Aaron, but for the most part, most of them were on Xbox. And this time around, it's almost completely flipped. Like, outside of, like, 10 to 12 people, most people on my Xbox friends list are just playing 360. And then everyone I know who plays games regularly is on the PlayStation. That plays console games primarily. And I think Microsoft needs to find a way to circumvent that. I think this holiday season is Microsoft's big chance to go, like, we got fucking Halo, we got Forza, we got Tomb Raider. The multiplats are on par now. We have the better online service. Mm-hmm. We have the better entertainment option because, you know, it's a better entertainment machine. You hook your cable box to it. It has server support. You can use your PC as a server to pull your media off your PC. Yep. A bunch of shit that Sony still doesn't have for whatever reason.
Here's like another way of looking at it too, is that you remember last year they said we're going to do nothing but 90 minutes of games.
Yeah.
I mean, they could go back out there, do 90 minutes of games again, and it'll be like, we're not going to talk about some comic book TV show now.
Oh,
we're gonna talk about games.
Like, because here's the thing, like
that was one of the reasons why I thought Microsoft had the best E3 showing last year, is because they talked about nothing but games. Tell me why I should buy an Xbox One.
I mean,
and I walked out of that press conference almost wanting an Xbox. And I walked out of the conference thinking, man, I would really like an Xbox One.
I'll be honest, that Halo collection would have gotten me to buy one if I didn't have one already. Like, and here's the thing: if you look up, like right now, they have on their website for the Xbox One, they have the Why I Game hashtag. You know, and it's one of their big promotions. And it seems like they're really doing what Sony did at first. And like now you go on PlayStation's website and it's just a fucking clusterfuck. Right? Like it's like, okay, I'm loading up the site now. It's like Assassin's Creed Syndicate debut trailer. Here's a bunch of trailers for a bunch of different games. PSN is in fact up. On their website, they have to have a little thing in the corner that says PSN is up or down.
Like I said, their mode of maintenance is like, man, we live in the year 2015, and whenever Sony's like, okay, guys, we gotta do maintenance to upload new content, they just shut the whole thing down.
Versus Xbox Live, where only certain chunks of it go down.
How many websites do you know that just completely shut down when they need to do a bit of maintenance?
Yeah, like you go on Xbox support right now, and it's like, okay, there's an Xbox Live service alert. What's down right now, or what's affected? You know, you load it up, and it'll tell you, okay, the platform right now is the 360. Joining other Xbox Live members in a game is limited. It's looking like it's mostly Advanced Warfare. And they give you timestamps on it, too.
Yeah,
they also tell you Xfinity and Xbox Fitness are both limited usage right now too. But they give you breakdowns for every app also.
That's super cool.
Yeah, versus PlayStation, where you go to its little thing here, PSN, click on it, and it's like, okay, it tells you what systems are up and what you can do on those systems. So just so you guys know, everything on PlayStation Network is up right now.
Yeah, well, here's the other thing, too, is I look at, Microsoft's, Microsoft is a gigantic software company, so they have all this stuff they could have all this stuff nailed down if they work hard enough.
Yeah.
Because they do just about everything they do. They're close, they do Windows, they do Office, they do business solutions, they do HoloLens, Microsoft is absolutely colossal. And they just don't do as much in hardware. I mean, I think they own Nokia or something like that. They bought the Nokia phone division, and they do have Surface Pro, but they are software giants. And that's kind of one of the reasons why I sit here and I'm like, yeah, I know Sony has that ICE team, but Microsoft has an entire operating systems division arm, and that's just one part of this colossal company that's working.
If you go,
and then you have Office, and then you have this.
Dude, the Microsoft campus up in Washington, up in Redmond, is huge. It looks like a fucking university, bigger than a university.
Yeah, I would say bigger.
2 UNRs. It's huge. Must suck to walk across that thing.
Yeah, when I went to PAX, I'm
pretty sure they have shuttles and bikes
at the Microsoft campus. It was fun.
I'm sure that they have shuttles and buses and lots of places to put your bike and that kind of stuff to make getting around a lot easier. Because they're gonna need to do something when you have effectively what is a small town of a campus.
Yeah, I don't doubt that.
So
anyway.
Yeah. But yeah, just Microsoft is absolutely huge. Crazy big.
And they're gunning for it, and good on them. I know several people buying Xboxes maybe this year. I know you might be getting one.
Yeah.
I know, Anthony, you're probably going to cave and get one. And with good reason. They've really made it a platform that you want to play games on. I play all my multiplats on PC and PS4, but there are enough really good Microsoft exclusives that I want to go to that platform.
Yeah.
Next news story.
That's all the news I had.
I have something small from Sony.
That's pretty cool, though.
This summer, they are releasing a Magma Red DualShock 4.
Oh, yeah, I did hear about that.
It's coming out this summer, and it'll be available along with their current colors: Jet Black, Glacier White, Urban Camo, and Wave Blue. It's already out in Japan, but if you want it for America, or if you don't want to import it, there you go. Well, I ask, where the fuck is my pink option?
It's lightish red, Bronson.
Lightish, okay.
Oh my gosh, Bronson and his flamboyant colors.
Look, here's the thing. I'm actually a bit of a fan of flamboyant colors, because that means there's going to be lots of different colors. In addition to that, I'm getting kind of a little fed up that all my electronics are the same color. In fact, that's why having a white PS4 is just so nice.
Yeah,
I'm just like, yay, finally some color variety.
Yeah,
I really wish I had a purple 3DS instead of getting a black one, and
I have
the white PS4 looks really nice. And if I got a new 3DS, I'll probably get a red one.
I have a gold 3DS. I have a gold and black Wii U tablet. But you look over on my like shelf over there, where all my controllers are, it's all black, and then a gold Wiimote and a black and gold tablet.
I like my white controller. That's why I got a white one. I was like, I like having different colors.
I really want a pink one. My N64 was like, it was gray, and then the other two were black.
Mm-hmm.
I just really don't care. To be honest, I really don't.
Here's the thing, though. It makes it easier if you're in a living situation like ours to figure out whose controller is which, too.
Well, mine's the one without the messed up joystick.
That's not messed up.
I take care of my controllers.
I take care of mine, too. Those launch ones, they even said, yeah, we kind of fucked up on those. But anyway. But yeah, that's cool. Anyway, time for questions.
Questions.
Pull them up right now. What platform are you guys getting The Witcher 3 on? Yes, Nick, we know you're getting it for PC.
Well, PS4 answered for me already, so I can't answer that.
Ray and I are going PS4 because we're renting it.
PS4.
Anthony is getting it on PC because he got it for free.
Got it for frizzles.
For frizzles.
The Witcher?
Yep. Witcher 3.
Oh, yeah. Hey, Nick and I ran some benchmarks today.
Save this for the raid. This is for tomorrow. This is for tomorrow. Don't burn up tomorrow's content.
But yeah, I will have it on the PC. I think it'll run well. I don't know if it's gonna run on max. It may be, but the frame rates...
From what I've been reading, the 980 barely pushes it at max 60. Barely.
Okay, so probably high settings then. And if I put it on max, I'm gonna have to load 30.
You could probably do 30.
Like high and get like 45, 50.
You could probably do max at 30. Like
probably, yeah.
Yeah, and like that's not, and in my opinion,
I'll probably be able to do, like, if I want to get 60, I'll probably be able to do, probably not 2K full 60. I could probably do 2K, but I have to turn maybe a couple things down. I don't know. We'll see.
All right, so we got a couple of questions from Solid Kratos sent to my inbox because site commenting isn't working for him for whatever reason. What do you guys think of Ukulele, the spiritual successor to Banjo, getting kickstarted?
I have no thoughts on that. That's interesting.
I don't know much about Banjo-Kazooie, so...
I forgot a news story.
That was one I was actually thinking
of. We were... Well, Rain, I'll go back to this news story in a minute. We already talked about the Arkham DLC. Did we talk about the Suicide Squad photos?
No.
Have you guys seen the photos of the Suicide Squad?
Of course I have, man. I'm always up on top of that
stuff. Yes.
It looks alright. I think they did a good job with most of the characters.
Harley Quinn looks hot.
Yes, Bremen.
We understand, Bremen. I'm sure you feel the same way about Batgirl.
Well,
right,
Catwoman.
Okay, anyway, last one is D4 is coming to PC. I'm so happy, and I demand a full Super Mega Awesome Go Play time. Oh, that breaks me on the inside. I've taught you. Okay, so look. Once we finish Wonderful 101, Anthony and I are taking a long break.
Hiatus for everyone.
John might be working on something with someone else on a Let's Play. I hear
the intern's getting shipped.
I hear it's Hotline Miami, maybe, or Punch Out.
Punch Out would be fun.
I've talked with Ray here about Deadly Premonition and a couple other games.
Yep.
I've talked with Anthony about a couple other games. So we got options for in the far, far future. But anyway, that's a while off. D4 was a cool game on the Xbox. It'll probably be a cool game on the PC. Thoughts, anyone?
It would be nice, but if I don't have an Xbox One, it would be nice. And Steam sales! Yep. Here's why I approve of games going to PC. Steam sales, unless you're like EA, where you're really stupid and you lock everything behind Origin. Or you're like Ubisoft and you think Uplay's the future of your company. Man.
Yeah, I've never been a big fan of Banjo-Kazooie personally.
All right. So, yeah, I like Banjo a lot, but has anyone here played Castlevania and enjoyed Castlevania?
Dude, I enjoy it a lot.
I never liked Castlevania.
Well, Bremen at least.
All right. Well, Bremen at least. There is a game by the man who made the early Castlevanias. That has been kickstarted called Bloodstained Ritual of the Night. It had a goal of $500,000, and in 2 days, it is at $1,888,000.
Hey guys, think about it. You like, just take a look at these games on Kickstarter that actually get funded so easily. Now imagine if you published that game and made money.
This in fact burns like Konami had all this bad press, right? Just all this awful press regarding Metal Gear and Silent Hills, and they haven't talked about a new Castlevania in ages and probably aren't making one, and they wouldn't work on another one with this guy. He made Symphony of the Night, by the way, which is what everyone considers like the classic must-play Castlevania.
That is the shit.
And yeah, this got funded in 2 days, and at the rate it's going,
this got funded in like 6 hours.
Yeah, this got funded in 6 hours, and it's up to its current point in 2 days.
Wow, that's nuts.
Publishers, there's a demand for retro games. There's demand for video games that aren't trying to be movies. There is a demand for video games. You know,
video game
old-fashioned.
Yeah, like Mighty Number 9 got funded. This got funded. Cosmic Star Heroine. Ukulele and Cosmic Star Heroine both got funded. We want to play these style of games. Why won't you make them? Well, guess what? You don't get that money. Random indie developers do, I guess.
I wouldn't be surprised. Like, I'm pretty sure there's like a couple indie people that are trying to attempt to make a new Silent Hill type game now.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, like, here's the thing too. It's like probably a really good example would be like Metroid clones. Nintendo's not exactly making Metroid right now, and
Axiom Verge.
Yeah, like they haven't really made a big Metroid since Metroid Prime 3, and the other M was, well, it wasn't really considered a fan favorite, even though I liked it. So, guess what they do? They make Metroid clones. They make Super Metroid clones, more specifically.
Like, there's Axiom Verge and Guacamelee and Shadow Complex, and like these games can be like, everyone, all these publishers think it needs to be like COD, it needs to be like Gears, it needs to be like Assassin's.
Financially safe and proven.
Versus, and like, there are all these gamers who want to play games like this. I don't know about you, I'd love a new Castlevania, like a 2D Castlevania. And
I've never played Castlevania.
Yeah, with this, they're good. And with this, you'll get your chance to play a game just like it.
Want to tell about the Kickstarter bundle deals?
Yeah, no, because people can go look those up themselves. But David Hayter is going to be in this game.
That was it.
David Hayter, the voice of Snake. They got the people who made the music from the old Castlevanias, Smash Brothers, and Mega Man to work on this.
Wow. Dream Team.
Yeah, they got tons of like top-notch developers behind this.
Well, speaking of dream teams, oh my goodness! Imagine if they got I nearly said automotive, a gaming dream team like Square Enix did in the mid-90s, early 90s. That's never gonna happen anymore, is it?
All right. Well, so here's a couple of questions.
Could happen when Kojima joins a freaking, one of those big name ones.
Oh, Kojima's gonna totally kickstart. I guarantee you, Kojima will kickstart his next project and will get funded, no problem. Not even have to worry about it.
The dude, the dude has like his own giant fan base, so
yeah, like
even if it's not Metal Gear.
This game, I'll link you guys to the Kickstarter right now, and you'll scroll down, you can see a screenshot from the game, and see its art style. It looks really cool. It has like this hand-painted look to it, I guess is the best way to put it. It's like hand-painted meets anime. By the way, they're still having Kickstarter goals. If they reach 2 million, they'll do a boss rush mode. If they reach 2.25 million, they'll do a retro level. It already got its speed run mode. It already got local co-op. It has cheat codes. David Hayter's voice acting in it. It has nightmare difficulty. Like the more it gets funded, the more stuff gets added to it.
Can I say one thing I do find that's going to be really amusing is if like you, I think it's like if you donated like $3,000, you can put your own dog in the game as a demon dog. Like send them a picture.
So far, it looks pretty damn good.
And if you paid $5,000, you can design an enemy for the game. So,
so if Bronson had unlimited money, he would put a flaming rainbow pink car with animated doors that just bites the heads off of everything, right?
Ray and I would each put in $2,500 and put a rainbow unicorn in the game.
Oh, easily.
But that's not original enough, Bronson. You need to be more original and crazy than a rainbow unicorn, because everyone thinks of the rainbow unicorn because ponies.
No, Bronson, secret boss. We put Kool-Aid Man behind a wall, and as you're running away from an enemy, kick to the face. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Game over.
Okay, there you go.
Okay, so they have a huge FAQ here. I'm going to read some of the big points. Why not pixel art? Well, it made reality look close to 16-bit plus on the full game. While full-blown retro game doesn't fit into the full budget, backer support allows us to have fun with development and create a little retro type style. Why not 2.5D? They said they want to do something like that on Unreal 4, but they said they thought it'd look better with it looking like a game like Guilty Gear. What about Nintendo? Our budget left us with two options: build the biggest, most beautiful game we can make, or make sure it runs everywhere from the start. As things stand today, we can't afford to create two separate versions of the game and make it run and equal on every console. Let's see. Where's Dracula? Dracula is part of a different legacy, and Bloodstained is a new IP.
That's a good point. It's just like, it's kind of nice when you start a new project because it's just like you have a clean sheet. And that's sometimes kind of nice.
How big is the map? We're currently planning a map that's every bit as big as the previous titles. We wouldn't be surprised if it ended up being a little bigger. Why is the disc $60? The Kickstarter edition of Ritual Bloodstained won't be sold at retail. It comes in an exclusive slipcase and preloaded with backer-exclusive content. The Sword Whip, the only weapon powerful enough to unite Team Swords and Whip, and a super secret boss who you'll have to foil to earn it. Why did Bloodstained not say Castle Land or Fortressvania? We thought that Bloodstained would be a better title, basically. Oh, this is funny. What is a backer? A wonderful pile of sweetness. Is Iga, the guy who started this franchise, a vampire? We tried figuring it out, but since we began this project, he's been extremely guarded around mirrors. It looks really cool.
It does.
Like, I liked those Castlevania games, and I would happily pay for another one. So, good on them. I hope it's been funded. I can't wait for it to come out. This and Cosmic Star Heroine, man. I showed you that game, right?
Yes, and it looks so great.
Yeah, it's like Phantasy Star meets Chrono Trigger.
It's like heroin.
No, like a heroine, like a female hero, not like the drug.
I think he means the pun, Bronson.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying.
Just want to correct him.
I'm trying to correct this behavior, people.
I'm gonna make a game that's gonna feature a heroine, and everyone's gonna just immediately assume the wrong thing right there.
So yeah. Anyway, I got. Let's see. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
I think that was it. Yeah.
Yep, that's it. Any comments on Bloodstained? You guys interested in checking it out?
Maybe. Not my type of game, but maybe.
Anthony?
I mean, the main character looks hot.
I don't know. Like, I've never played Castlevania before. Actually, I think I did. It was a 3DS demo, I think.
You can get what most people consider to be the best one for $6 on PSN right now.
Symphony of the Night.
Yeah, that game has it's aged really well in some ways, but not in others. But it still holds up pretty well.
Yeah.
1,899,248 from 24,000 backers. Wow.
Anyway,
a wonderful pile of sweetness.
All right. Well, I think that's it, guys. So we're on Facebook, The Gamer Access. We're on Twitter at The Gamer Access. We're on Twitch, The Gamer Access. YouTube, The Gamer Access. Go to all those places and follow us. And if you want to listen to this on your iPod or any device that has an RSS reader that can connect to iTunes, go look us up on iTunes and listen to our other podcasts, The Raid and The Gamecast. Gentlemen, that is how you shill some product.
Bronson did my job for me.
I know how to shill. Oh.
Cool.
Sales experience.
You should have just said, like, gentlemen.
Behold! I have spliced the double helix of a fried pork chop with that of my roommate, Ray.
Whoa!
Hell yes, whoa! Now come here, Ray, and pay your half of the utilities!
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, gather around.
I remember this was like in 2011 or 2012. Bronson spent an entire month trying to nail Dr. Weird right there.
He is one of my favorite characters in that show. Anyway,
Sadly, that show is at its final one. I've heard.
Yep.
Oh.
All right. Well, guys, we'll talk to you later.
Yep.
Bye.
Peace.
We love you.
I'm gonna go play some
Oh,
Bloodborne
Super
now.
Samurai Bros are on Twitch. We don't know when, but we'll be on sometime.
Yeah, maybe tonight. We don't know.
It's in the future.
Yes.
Yeah.
Do 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 do.